So I walked outside, and the porch cat ran under my smoker, and then I just like looked up, and the porch cat was standing in front of me. And I was like, then what just ran under the smoker? And I moved it, and it was a giant possum! So then I moved the smoker, and it didn't move because it was trying to play dead. And it was like, does it see me? Does it see me? But you can see his tail wagging. And then I walked into the garage, and a mouse ran away, which freaked me out. And then I walked deeper in the garage to get ready to record a video, and it's pitch black in there. I only have my iPhone light, and I have it aimed at my face. All of a sudden I hear, and I was like, what the? And I look up, and there's this like youthful squirrel. He wasn't very old, but he's like on the ceiling looking at me with the light on. I'm like, what's up? And he's like, and it just like vanishes and then pops out somewhere else staring at me and then vanishes like and I'm like, I don't want to be in here, but I got to record this video. And then it's on the other side of me.
No, that was a different one.
No, it was the same youthful squirrel. And then it ran away and then exited through, I guess I have a hole in my roof somewhere. And I was like, okay, we're good.
That doesn't surprise me. I've seen your garage roof.
Thank you. And so I pull out the camera to start again, and then he pops back out.
At least it wasn't a bat.
No, we have those too. And then I finally I was like, all right, I'm just going to record. So like, I aimed the light at me, and I'm like, I don't know if the squirrel's going to like attack me or what, because like I haven't seen it in a while. And I'm holding the light. All of a sudden, like to the left of me, like on the ground right next to me here, I was like, I nearly just ran, and I was too scared. Anyways, my house is owned by porch cats, possums, mice, bats, and squirrels, youthful squirrels. Welcome to the JXN Cloud. I'm Jamin.
I'm Casey.
And I'm Olivia.
And now, in our 4th episode of Revelation, we are into verse 2.
Hey, at least we got through the one verse in one episode.
Yeah, which I forgot to ever read the first verse when I did the episode on the first verse. So, the whole last episode was about Jesus returning soon. I'll read it now for retrospect. Revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave him to show his servants the things that must soon take place. There. That was what the last episode was about. And now we're into verse 1b to 2.
Oh, we didn't even make it all the way through verse 1.
Ready?
Oh.
He made it known by sending his angel to his servant John, who bore witness to the word of God and to the testimony of Jesus Christ, even to all that he saw. His angel.
Why do you do that with your eyebrows every time you say his?
I just thought it might direct us as to where we're going. All right, okay. Okay. We've done a bajillion episodes. We cannot get into this every time we talk about it. So the quick synopsis, elevator pitch. Throughout the Old Testament, there is a being called the angel of the Lord who, in my opinion, and even the opinion of some scholars, is Jesus himself, pre-incarnate. So before Jesus is born of flesh, there is Jesus, which is not weird because the Bible tells us that Jesus has always existed since the beginning of time. He did not come to exist when he was born of flesh. He has always been there. Okay, all right. What were you going to say?
But this is the angel post-incarnate.
Yes, pre-incarnate.
No, post.
Jesus is post-incarnate, right?
Right, but
He's talking about the verse.
The verse is referencing...
Yes. So, here's what's interesting. All throughout the Old Testament, you have this character who is God. The Jewish system of the time had this kind of like 2 Yahweh figurehead. We have a 3. We got the whole Trinity, right? Mm-hmm. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. But in ancient times, they had binatarianism, which was there is Yahweh we can't see, and there is Yahweh we can see. And the angel of the Lord is this Yahweh that we can see. So we've gone through him 100 times. He shows up to Abraham. Eventually he's going to show up to Moses in the burning bush. People always are like, oh, a burning bush is talking to him. No, it says the angel of the Lord was in the burning bush. So, like, there's the angel of the Lord saying, I am who I am, Yahweh, that's my name. So here you have this 2 Yahweh figurehead. Now, in the New Testament times, when the Jewish culture started seeing that the Christians were going this kind of like Jesus as like second, like, is this kind of second head of God type thing. So no, like, let's get rid of that teaching as though it never existed, because the Christians are now bringing Jesus into that kind of like position of God in parts type thing, right? 3 in 1, Holy Trinity, right? Okay. So, all that being said, we have angel of the Lord in the Old Testament, and then he's just gone in the New Testament. He was there all the time in the Old Testament, gone, just gone, not present anymore, right? And now, maybe, possibly, unsuredly, but possibly, we have a post-resurrection reference to him. Maybe, possibly, maybe. This is the only time where there's like this definite article in the New Testament that seems to imply like this could be that angel. So if we were to look deeper into it, we have God send his angel to John, and then we suddenly have John get this like image of Jesus. So is this the same like type thing going on right here? Maybe.
I mean, it sounds like it would be.
Could be. Because we have angels all over the place in Revelation. So, like, which angel is this? It could just be, like, the interpreting angel that takes John on his apocalyptic journey. Because that's a part of an apocalypse.
Here's my question. Is his capitalized?
No, but that would be an English thing if it was. Like, we would do that more than the Greek would. So.
Okay.
But here's where we can be unsure. At the end of Revelation, it says it says Jesus says, I'm the one who sent the angel. So then we're like, oh, so maybe not. Jesus sending the angel of the Lord would be Jesus sending Jesus. Unless, here's what John does all the time throughout Revelation, is keep identifying Jesus with God. Like, this is where we get, like, some hardcore Trinitarianism. A lot of people are like, I don't know that I see the Trinity at all. I'm like, how do you miss it with John? Like, he's constantly talking about God and Jesus as though they're the same person. Like, he's intentionally blurring the lines all the time. And you're like, wait, who's on the throne, God or is it Jesus? Yes, like, it's the same person, And so, it's possible that when Jesus at the end of Revelation is like, I sent you my angel, he could just be like, beginning of Revelation, God sends the angel. End of Revelation, Jesus sent the angel. It could, again, just be John be like, yes, same person. I sent you me. That kind of thing. So, could it be? Could it not? It's up to everyone else to decide. But it gets a little messy for some people for other reasons. Before we go there.
It seems like such a complicated way to say it. Like, God is sending Jesus. No, that's too simple. I am sending my angel. Like, how much complicated do you have to get for that?
Well, okay, so let's reference that for a minute, because John is complicated. Like, John is like, I got the whole Bible memorized. Now let me tell you as weird as I possibly can. Like, that's kind of what John's like. I thought of an analogy earlier based on an analogy Michael Heiser gave, so I'm basically just stealing it and repurposing it. Which, by the way, episode 355 of the Naked Bible podcast is all about this. If you want to go a lot deeper in this, you're going to have to listen to that, because I'm not going to get technical enough in this episode. But the analogy I'm repurposing is this. Imagine that Lego puts out a Genesis set, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. Okay, so you've got all the Bibles in Legos on the table, right? And John is just like, yeah, that piece in Genesis, that piece from Zechariah. Ooh, let's take a handful from Isaiah. And then he starts to just build a set. And like they're all now just one thing, and he gets it. And he's hoping with this piece of art that he's created that everyone else will get it too. And he's just like,
hold on. You're saying John's a master builder?
Yes.
He is the master builder. But like literally, like, you know, Lego would just have a heart attack, bro. You know, except for the Lego movie, they would be like, "You got the point, John. You took pieces from everything." Yeah, in your face, Will Ferrell. You can't just be gluing stuff
No,
together.
Corraggle.
But for John, it's like, I see that, I want that. I don't want to explain it. I just want to say it. And that he's pulling all these pieces and then like picking it up. Like, this is a master class in Bible study. So technically complicated, we can't understand it all the time. But like around what he's going to do in the first few chapters, there are going to be moments where verses about the angel of the Lord, but also about other angels and also about God, are all just going to be like put together in one Lego set. And you're like pulling the bricks apart, trying to be like, why did he use this one? You know, but like he gets it. He understands what he was doing here, and so there might be a reference to Jesus, but the way in which Jesus is referenced in Revelation, you're like, wait, wasn't the angel of the Lord doing that, like in Zechariah? And you're like, yes. Wait, hang on. Isn't God the one who rides on the clouds? But Jesus is doing it here. Yes. Wait, isn't God like the white-haired one sitting on the throne? But Jesus is, Like, it's just, that's what John's doing. He never just comes out and says anything. He's always like a divine parable that you need to really think about if you want to understand, piecing it all together into one big thing. So to your point, I get what you're saying. It's just not the John way. But John, of other people, I feel like he's one who's always given more credit to the angel of the Lord being Jesus throughout the Old Testament. And it starts right at the beginning of his gospel. At the beginning of John, where he's like, in the beginning was the Word became flesh, come and dwelt among us. Throughout the Old Testament, we have the Word, which is this sometimes visual manifestation of God. The Word speaks to Abraham. Mm-hmm. The Word touches a prophet's lips. The Word, remember that passage in John where John's like, people think Jesus is crazy, and Jesus is like, Jesus said something that made everyone think that Jesus just said he talked to Abraham back in the day. And Jesus is like, yeah, I talked to Abraham. You know, like, what's the deal? Like, the only way we can get there, John says that Jesus was the Word, and the Word was the one that talked to Abraham when he showed him the vision about how he'll bless him and make him a nation. All that being said, already in John's thinking is this angel of the Lord, this Word of the Lord, this physical manifestation of the Lord being Jesus. Like, we've already seen that in his writing. So it would make possible sense here in a confusing roundabout way of God sending his angel, which is Jesus.
John needed an editor. This is what I've gotten away is John needed an editor.
Yeah, there's no publisher that would have. All right, John, you're going to have to explain this a little bit. Absolutely not. Don't make me indie publish this. I'll send it to 7 churches before I change it. But we do run into a confusion here, because then we're like, wait, so is it just this angel, or is Jesus always the angel? Because there are times where the angels are doing things where you're like, wait, I thought that was Jesus. So let me give you a few examples really quick. For example, Jesus is holding the keys of death and Hades, but later there's an angel holding the keys of death and Hades. So we're like, wait, is that a different angel? Like, did Jesus just, is it a baton that he's passing along, or is it Jesus again?
Relay race of the keys of Hades.
Is that what's going on? Jesus in Revelation 1:16, his face is shining like the sun. There's another angel whose face is shining like the sun in Revelation 10. Jesus is holding a scroll in his hand when he's the lamb. Well, in his hoof. And Jesus is opening a scroll as a lamb. I don't know how that works. Jesus is opening a scroll, right? But later there's an angel holding the scroll in his hand. Needless to say, there's all these moments where we're like, is this the angel? Is it the angel of the Lord as Jesus? Is this a different angel? It gets super confusing. And then to make it most confusing of all, you do have that one angel with that well-known verse where John like gets ready to like worship the angel or something. And the angel's like, whoa, what are you doing, John? Stop it. Like, worship Jesus. And then we're just like, okay, so it's not Jesus who's the same. So like, there's this constant confusion because John is like, can you at least name him? Oh, I named Michael. What more do you want? It's like, yeah, but like, help us. We don't know who you're talking about half the time, you know? But John's a little bit all over the place. And so you're often left with this confusion. So what would you do with that? Would you say, like, based on that one angel, that Jesus was never being likened, you know?
No, I wouldn't go that far.
What far would you go? What far, Casey?
I would think that John is sometimes calling Jesus Jesus and sometimes calling him the angel in order to like blur the line between the Old Testament and the New Testament versions of Jesus that we know, so we can kind of put that together. But then he also uses angel to actually talk about the angels, and it gets just really confusing.
Yeah.
I would say John needed an editor. That's where I'm going to stay it right there.
Well, I've always been conflicted because on one hand, like, the last thing I want to do is like, the angel is Jesus, and that one angel be like, no, it was me the whole time. I told you not to worship me, you know. But then I'm like, hey, hold on. This is like an intention problem, you know. Like, if I was having John's vision and I saw that angel, I would be like, well, of course I'm not supposed to worship you, you know. Like, so this is, first off, it's not a moral problem. It's like it's a confusion problem. But then secondly, I think I found a conclusion that I like that works with all this. So first off, there's really only one time, like I said, in the whole New Testament where the reference to an angel of God could be in reference to Jesus, and it's this one that we read today. God sent his angel. Could be. That, I think, works, because then we have him have this like revelation of Jesus after this angel is sent. So like, that makes sense to me. And I do see how it could be at the end when it's like Jesus is like, I sent that angel. Like, that could be John just again conflating God and Jesus are the same person. I think all those other angels throughout the whole middle section of Revelation, you know, between the two bookends of God sending it and Jesus sending it, all those other angels, I think, are other angels. But they're so in sync and unison with what Jesus is doing that it's hard to sometimes like tell the difference, which that's kind of the beautiful picture of where Christians are headed in the resurrection, is that we are to be conformed entirely in the resurrection to the image of Jesus, which means we will finally be obedient. We will finally be doing everything that we're supposed to be doing. We'll have that character that we've been longing for. Like, well, it's not that we won't be us anymore. I'll still be Jamin, still be Olivia, still Casey, but we'll also finally have conformed to what we have so longed to be right now, right? I wish I was more loving, more joyful, more patient, more peaceful, kind, gentle, so on and so forth. That's all fruits of the Spirit. And we get that in full in the resurrection. And we start to get to grow that already. But the angels, I think, throughout Revelation, sometimes like, wait, I thought Jesus had the keys. Wait, I thought Jesus was the one with his face glowing. I thought this, I thought that. I think it's possible we could just say, like, no, those are all different angels, but, like, see? These are the good ones. The ones who aren't here anymore are the ones who don't do what they're supposed to do. That's why they're not here anymore. The ones who are still here, it's hard sometimes to tell the difference between Jesus and them because they're doing the correct mission, the right work. They're following orders, so on and so forth. So that would be the conclusion that I think I finally found for myself as like an acceptable middle ground. Mm-hmm. Could be him at the beginning and the end, Alpha and Omega. But all the stuff in the middle could just be other angels also doing the work. So that's the middle ground that I finally found. So I don't know. Any thoughts, or do you have a better idea?
I'm okay with that.
You could also pitch it all, right? Like you I mean, it doesn't.
Okay.
What I mean by that. What I mean by that is, in verse 2 of Revelation, if you don't think that's Jesus, what does that matter? Because it's still the same story, whether it was an angel who's like, let me tell you about Jesus, or it was Jesus, let me tell you about myself. Like, it doesn't change it doesn't change the meaning of Revelation. What it does do, though, for those of us who are especially interested in, like, is that Jesus in the Old Testament? You know, like, if you go the other route, then you're like, yeah, that's what John was saying. So, okay, well, thoughts? No? Then go ahead and tell them how to think with us on the Discord. Close it out, you guys. I tried to segue you.
No, we were going to let you do it.
You kept talking, and you were getting really awkward, and we thought it was funny.
We thought it was funny, yeah, indeed.
My ears purple.
They're a little red.
A little bit, yeah.
They get purple when I feel real awkward, so keep it up. We'll get there soon. Who knows how many views that might get. Purple ears.
All right, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below.
And see if you can beat the Caseys to the first comment.
Or join us on the Discord.
Yeah, Discord link below. Come talk to us. I love you. Bad robot.